silver lining. And what coronavirus is teaching us right now that we have to grasp before it's too late. Let's see how we can actually avoid a worse crisis than this. Scientists are agreeing around the world that coronavirus is of natural origin, comes from animal, and are interspecies crossing. Looks like coronavirus generated in a market of Wuhan, especially selling wild species from all over the world, from South America, from Africa, from all over Asia and other continents. The problem is all these animals, they generally are not together, are in different continents, in huge territories, which helps them keep the viruses within their own species. But the thing is, when you take all these animals from all over the world and put them together in a crowded market, in tiny small cages, they get really stressed. And when the animals are stressed, the immune system lowers down. That means they're more susceptible of getting different viruses, and viruses can cross and become interspecies, like in this case happens in Wuhan. Another factor is that we eat meat. We eat a lot of meat. And in order to have a lot of meat available at our supermarkets, the meat industry has to put a lot of these animals, we're talking about thousands of animals together, and that's another risk of getting stressed and getting infected one another with different type of pathologies. These poor animals get injected a lot of antibiotics to prevent the spread of different diseases to one another. That means we can create super bugs that not even antibiotics can fight anymore because they're incredibly resistant to any type of medication that right now we possess. Another problem that with climate change, we have a reduction in the habitats of animals and also with the expansion of humans. So these animals have to migrate towards cities and towns that are inhabited by humans. And that's when you jump again different pathologies to one another. In 1972, the Club of Rome, with leading scientist Denis Meadow, built a computer to try to predict the future of the world, of humanity, calculating the way we use our Earth resources. The result of the computer analysis was that we are heading towards a crash because it's completely unsustainable the way we live as a species. Another problem is food instability. We are producing so much food, more than we actually need. When we mass produce, we use the land over and over without a break. That means that land just keeps getting impoverished from all those good minerals that we need to keep ourselves healthy. The energies to produce meat is massive, and the resources too. So for a piece of meat, we need so much more water and so much more grains to feed the animals, transport, and so it's not sustainable this way. Another problem of climate change is that our glaciers from all over the world and our permafrost is melting. That means old pathogens that were locked into the ice are now releasing to the atmosphere and the waters. And it's incredible dangerous because of this paleovirus that we don't know and we have no cure for, that can be the next pandemic. Because of climate change, we're going to see a huge number of people and a growing number of populations that are going to be displaced because their own home are under threat because of climate change. Because the levels are rising and a lot of islands, for example, in the Pacific are already disappearing. We're entering a mass extinction or the Anthropocene, so due to human activities. From 200 to 2,000 species go extinct every year. If that doesn't shock you, what else? This crisis is the last warning for us. Let's grab it and really change the way we see the world, how we see ourselves. We have to stop thinking in an individualistic and consumeristic way, because it's not sustainable and it's just going to lead us to a very, very dark future. We need to put the community at the center of our priorities, nature at the center of our priorities. We have to understand that we're not at the top of the pyramid of nature, but we're actually part of a system, a very well integrated system. And remember that we need nature, but Mother Nature doesn't need us.